Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. So as some of you may know, we're attempting to do a video every single day for the month of October, and today is a day in October. So this is the video we're gonna do today. What a dumb intro. I'm leaving it in there. I don't care. So I thought what we would do today is we would glue our fretboard onto our neck through blank, okay? And we're gonna walk you through how we do that because I don't think that I've ever done that before. But before we get started, I wanna take a moment to thank our numero uno sponsor, and that is Stuart McDonald. Guys, when you're ready to buy stuff from Stuart McDonald, as of course you know, I made a bunch of videos telling you that's the one place to go and get all the good stuff from. If you use the link in the description below, we get a little taste, okay? StuMac doesn't just throw cash at us and say, hey, say StuMac every so often. We get a benefit when you guys buy stuff from StuMac. So next time you're gonna buy from StuMac, like I said, use the link in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything. All the discounts still apply. It's just that we get a little taste, okay? All right, so on with the show. So the fretboard for our neck through blank is ready to go. A couple of you might be asking, hey, how's come there's no holes in the headstock? And generally I like to get the holes for the tuners in before the fretboard's glued on, but in this instance I don't want to. And there's a myriad of reasons, but I'm just gonna do that later. So I didn't forget, I'm saving that for later. But my fretboard is ready to go. It is fretted and the side dots are in. The radius is obviously on there. The reason that you want to do all that stuff before you glue a fretboard on to a neck through blank is because, well, it's super easy to do all that stuff, particularly the side dots, before you attach the fretboard. Okay, and we're going to use glue to do that. Now, I have some pins here at the top of the neck nearest the headstock, and some pins near the end of the fretboard there. They correspond with a series of holes in the fretboard itself. So there's some there, and there's some there, and as you can imagine, the pins go into those holes and keep everything from shimmy, shimmy, shaking. We don't put salt on our glue joints, we put salt on fries, and that's where salt belongs. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys though how we do this, and if you have any questions about why we're doing things in the order that we're doing, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'll answer those as best we can for your neck through projects. Okay, so let's move the camera and change the angle, and I'll show you a couple of quick things we're going to do, some prep work, and then we'll glue this bad dude on. So one of the things that we want to do is mask our truss rod, because we don't want to get a whole bunch of glue into our truss rod. It probably wouldn't matter, but we don't want to do it, you know what I mean? So we're going to put some tape on there just to keep a bunch of glue from getting in. I do like to leave this back of the truss rod, this area here, so that glue can fill this spot. It kind of holds the truss rod in and keeps it from moving fore and aft if there's any wiggle room. The next thing that I want to do is I want to mask where my fretboard is going to end, because I don't want to get any glue on my neck that I have to clean up later. It's way better to just mask that off than it is to have a bunch of cruddy glue that you have to, chisel away. I'm also going to put some down here on the nut end. I don't know why I got such a huge piece of tape to do that, but yeah, so now what will happen is I'll smear some glue on here and I'll pull all this tape off, and then when I go to press the fretboard down, the glue will come to the end of the fretboard, and I'll have very, very little, if any, to actually clean up. I think that'll make more sense as you're seeing it rather than attempting to listen to me describe it to you. Okay, I've got some clamps here, and I've got a clamping caul. This is actually a radius block, and you could use this for fretboard sanding, but I'm going to use it to apply pressure directly onto my fretboard, and it's going to keep everything nice and even pressure. Okay. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in. I like to fill in this back part of my truss rod with a little bit of glue. That keeps it from moving fore and aft like I was telling you guys. And we'll just get our glue going here. And I like to use a roller. For even smearing. You can use your finger. Man, I don't know how many times I use my finger to roll to smear glue around. This roller was cheap though. I got it at Hobby Lobby or somewhere. Okay, so now we're going to peel off all of our masking. Okay. All right, I mean, it's pretty straightforward after this, right? So now we'll put our fretboard on, make sure that we're in the right spot and our pins, you can crush the pins out of the way, okay? So we want to get those dudes on there. Put our, now we have a little bit of squeeze out right here at the back. We should probably clean that up now while we can. This is just a tongue depressor that I ground flat and put a little edge on. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, now we'll put our caul down. Make sure we're halfway centered up, and we'll just go ahead and start clamping. I like to start in the middle, and I like to alternate clamps. I don't think it matters. I think you can do it however you want. Make sure you've got nice even pressure and you go all the way to the ends and you should be good. So gluing the fretboard onto a neck through is, it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simple as you can see. When I pull the clamps and the clamping caul off, there'll be some glue squeezed out on the sides, but I'm not gonna sweat that because when I shape the neck, all that stuff will get ground away. I did mask off a bunch of the areas that I don't wanna clean up and that I will not be removing material from, such as the end of the fretboard and the nut area. So I'm looking good on all that stuff. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions about what we did in this video, or if you have any questions about the steps to do a neck through instrument versus a set neck or bolt on, because they're slightly different. Like for example, I was telling you, it's much easier to fret the, I hope I was telling you, it's much easier to fret the raw fretboard and put side dots in when it's just a blank fretboard than it is to get this whole contraption under the drill press and attempt to drill side dots. The jig that we use for that doesn't fit on a neck through. You know, getting that whole rig set up under the fret press, this of course is the universal sign for fret press, getting all that stuff under there is tricky to do, so it's much easier to do the fretboard before you glue it on. Now, this raises an interesting question. What if you decide, hey, I like doing fretboards, you know, I like fretting fretboards and putting in side dots, even on set necks and bolt-ons. Cool, man. Good for you. I'd like to offer you guys some alternative ways to do things in the hopes that stuff that you see me do becomes something that you can do in your own shop when you're building your guitars. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And thanks for watching our video, everyday video for the month of October 2024. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week, everybody.